What's going on, everyone? It's Jesse here at JDI Barbell Tribeca. We're gonna go through a durability guide. So we're gonna go through a bunch of drills, add-ons that you can add to the end of your workout or on different days that are gonna basically make you injury-proof. So one really simple thing that you can do is you can just hang, okay? So you can hang from a pull-up bar or something like that. Oftentimes we work a lot to strengthen the muscle itself, right? So even if you're thinking about doing something basic like a bicep curl, right? A lot of people never actually straighten their elbow out completely, right? So they're getting the muscle itself more developed, they're building more strength in that muscle. However, the tendon itself, the ligaments, everything in here, right, are not being trained to be stronger, thicker, and more resilient. We need to spend time with our elbows completely locked out, okay? This builds what's called straight arm strength, okay? So just hanging from a bar is really helpful to just strengthen those tendons. So 2 sets, 1 minute before or after your workout. So another very easy durability drill, okay, to keep you injury-free is in the same line as doing hangs, okay? So what we're gonna do is basically a straight arm hold, okay? So instead of hanging from something, now we're gonna support entire body weight up. I'm going to focus on making sure that I completely lock out my elbow, push through my hands, right? And now I'm just gonna hold this right here, okay? Now, again, to start out, right, you can aim for just holding it as long as you feel comfortable for, okay? Then this can be done at the end of your workout. It's preferably done then because it is a little stressful to your joints if you're not used to it, okay? But it's something that can be added on. We're gonna continue with our durability guide, just easy, simple tools, exercises that you can do at the end of a workout or on an off day that will help keep you from injury, okay? But today we're gonna talk specifically on things to help your knees and hips. So the 3 exercises we're gonna work on is a close stance quasi-isometric squat to work on our knee health, wall squats, and side-lying hip raises. All right, so first thing, close stance, heel elevated, quasi-isometric squat, all right? So again, we're gonna work on the tendons and ligaments on our knees to reinforce them, make them healthy, keep them from injury, okay? So we're gonna grab something right here, okay? You know, heel stance, right? You're gonna get in a very close stance, all right? Now, when you squat, what you wanna do is you wanna move as slowly as possible. So the whole idea of being quasi-isometric, okay, is that we're gonna move through the entire range of motion as slowly as possible, right? So I'm gonna come down, inch down, right? Really thinking about letting my knees come over my toes, okay? Keeping my torso nice and upright, okay? And throughout the entire range of motion, especially down here, once it starts getting hard and I start shaking a bit, okay? To really continue to push my knees forward, bringing them as far forward as I can, going through the entire range of motion until I get to the bottom of that squat. And then from here, coming back up the exact same speed, just nice and slow, keeping my knees forward, not letting them shoot back, coming all the way up, right? And so throughout this entire range of motion, I can feel every single point where I might have a lean, right? Where I might feel imbalance, okay? And I can really use this almost as like a self-diagnostic tool that way, okay? Now, if I can do a couple reps like that, I can load myself nice and light, right? I'll just hold a kettlebell or dumbbell out here and do the exact same thing, nice and slow, all the way down and back up. So with this, you're only looking to do 1 to 2 sets, maybe 2 to 3 reps, but you wanna think about trying to go down over 30 seconds and come up over 30 seconds as well, nice and slow the entire time. So another very simple thing you can do is a wall squat, okay? So because people sit a lot, right, our adductors right in here, okay, tend to be really tight, really inactive, okay? So this is just a very simple way to just get them, stretch them, bring them through the full range of motion, right? And get them active again. So she's gonna actually face the wall. She's gonna get a nice wide stance and she wants to actually angle her toes out, okay? So if she can actually touch her toes all the way to that wall, great. If you have to move them back some, that's okay, right? Now, as she goes down, she can have her hands out to the side or there, okay? And then she's gonna think about, as she's squatting down, keeping her knees as close to that wall as possible and not letting her butt or her hips shoot back at all, right? She's gonna go till she feels some tension and then come right back up. If she was to say, go down, right? And then about right here, her hips shoot back, okay? We wanna actually stop her there and come back up, right? Okay? Because the whole point is that we wanna keep her hips as close to that wall as possible, right? So the moment you feel your hips kind of coming off that wall, that's the extent of your range of motion. you're gonna stop there. For our third, we're gonna do variations of side lying hip raises, okay? So this is just a way to increase lateral stability of our hip, okay? If we can't stabilize ourselves from side to side, we're gonna end up with some kind of knee pain, back pain, or hip pain of some sort. So the first thing we're gonna do, the most simple thing we're gonna do is a side lying bent knee hip raise, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually get down on the side here. I wanna make sure that my elbow is directly underneath my shoulder, okay? And then I'm gonna stack my legs like this, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do though, is I'm gonna actually push through this bottom leg, right? Get my hips off the ground like this, squeeze here at the top, making sure that I'm not excessively arching or rounding, okay? Really extending all the way up there, okay? Holding that for a 3 count and then coming back down, right? And I can do about 6 to 10 reps like this. Coming up, hold it 1, 2, 3, back down, okay? That's option number 1. Option number 2 is doing basically the same thing, except this time now having my legs out straight, okay? So I'm gonna have my feet stacked on top. I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna come up, squeeze, 1, 2, 3, back down. Really making sure that when I do come up, my body's in one straight line there, okay? So I come up, squeeze, 1, 2, 3, back down. Again, right, left side, right side, 6 to 10 reps, okay? From there, once that gets easier, what I can do is I can actually have my top leg up like this, okay? I can come up, hold it up like that, and then back down here, okay? Again, I can have this bent if I want, but the whole idea is that I'm just pushing through this one leg, coming up, squeezing, back down, right? And you're feeling your entire glutes, obliques, entire side light up that way, okay? Last option is I can do basically a Copenhagen plank, right? Where my top foot is on top of this bench, okay? My bottom foot is bent here, and I'm gonna come up, squeeze, and come back down. Same exact ideas of keeping everything stable, keeping everything lined, right? Squeezing, and making sure that I hold that contraction at least for a 1 count before I come back down. And if you need help organizing all this or help with your programming, check out our app at jdibarbell.com.